How much does it cost to publish a book? Shit, I don't know. I know somebody who self-published their book for pretty much nothing because he did it all themselves through a portal, didn't check anything, and it was out there. So technically, human sweat, if you don't put a price on that, doing it yourself, you could do it for $0. Now, this person also had 4 different fonts and in the first 30 pages. I don't know how you do that, but they did. So do you really want it to be 0? Or do you want to spend some time, energy, and money getting it where it needs to be? Now, if you're asking how much is a traditional publisher going to spend, well, that depends on the publisher. Some small presses are going to invest anywhere from $5 to $10 grand, maybe even less, just trying to get it out there because they're not making a ton of money back on it. And some of the bigger ones, when you see those big New York bestsellers, they pretty much pick their books ahead of time. Hey, man, next year, these are going to be our best sellers. And they know they're going to invest millions to sell millions. That's why most of those authors, they don't make a lot. You may see, oh, dude, they got $1 million book deal for 3 books. If those best sellers hit some of the numbers they all hit, that means that author's getting 5 cents a book. Now, to put it in context, if you become a best-selling author and you are self-published, which is hard, but let's say you did it, you're making $5 to $8 a book depending on the format. So that's a huge payout difference. So you might be like, oh, dude, $1 million. Or you could have gotten paid 15 to 20. Leverage is everything. So that's what we're going to talk about today is how much does it cost to publish a book? This is near and dear to me because I have gone down this hole, spent money, made all the mistakes you can imagine. And because of that, we have created Blue Handle Publishing and the Book Puma Services platform. Now, you might ask yourself, what does that mean? I mean, other than the logos being super cool and we love your swag, what do we get out of it? Well, I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm just trying to point out that I can come off dumb sometimes, and I apologize. Blue Handle Publishing is a author-centric publisher. What that means is where most authors lose out on the back end of the life of the book because the publisher is recouping long-term funds as opposed to something up front, we build ours as an investment model where we get a guaranteed investment on what we spend, but then on the back end of the book, the author makes the majority, sometimes upwards of 75% of their book. Theoretically, let's say we invested 10 grand into marketing your book, editing, all that. We're asking to get 12.5 back, and then after we get that 12.5 back, we're going to give you 75% of the royalty profit, and we're only going to take 25% for the life of the book. That's pretty much unheard of in the industry. But let's get back to how much is publishing. It's expensive. If you want it done to an absurdly professional level, I can tell you on average, my books between editing, cover design, and marketing, I've spent close to $5 grand a book, and I've got 14 books done. Now, a lot of that I still did myself and made some errors along the way or kind of found some ways to do things a little bit cheaper. With the Book Puma Services platform, we're able to take a 120-page manuscript, give you a 3-person team editing this thing, and we're able to do it for about $2 grand to $2,200. You get 3 editors for that, not 1, 3. Whether you're developmenting or you're working on something that's already finished. We can do it by the quarters. We can do it by 25 pages at a time or 50 pages at a time to give you what you need. That being said, that is an amazingly new approach to editing. So when I say how much does book publishing cost? Well, you can spend little to nothing and really be unhappy with your product. You can go to one of these hybrid models where you pay for everything up front with nothing on the back end other than hope and a prayer that your book sells, because once you're done spending money, there's really nothing in it for that hybrid publisher to do for you unless you've got a different kind of deal where they think they might make some money off of it. And then there's the traditional style, which is finding a literary agent, takes a really long time, and then finding a publisher through that agent, and then hoping you get a good enough deal. Because there's plenty of books publishers will buy, and then partway through the process, they're like, man, I can't sell this. And your book could die. And there's no fault of your own. You sold it. And until that contract is up, some of them have contracts so they could sit on it for 3, 5, even 10 years and do nothing with it. And that's hard for a lot of authors, myself included. So that's why we created this, is to bring the cost structure down, to give you the tools that you need to really bring something cool to the market, but also to push the envelope of the market and make that needle move so there's more money spent on marketing and more energy spent on cultivating and growing authors, something this industry needs. I'm Charles from Blue Handle Publishing and the Book Puma Services platform. Have a great day.